This story is about a waterway, and this is the upper catchment basin. This waterway starts in the laneway between a bridal shop and a bike showroom.
All through Sydney there used to be creeks and very fresh water flowing down into the harbour. We came years ago, the creeks became polluted and the creeks became disease areas, and then round about 100 years ago the government then said, well, we've got to try and clean up all this, so they started to build canals like this. It's one of the earliest cement creeks that was built in Sydney. Started building in 1895 then, and what was bubbling little brooks became cement canals. Some of the canals are underground and then some are open canals. Then attitudes started to change, and I thought, look, these canals, we might be able to do something better with them, make them a bit more pleasant to look at and pleasant to smell and those types of things, and try to bring back the native animals and plants. And one of these schemes was the Whites Creek wetlands. It was in around about 1994, 5. I was a member of Friends of the Earth, and we came up with the idea to build a wetlands here at Whites Creek. So that was the start of the idea, and after a lot of lobbying, in 2002 the wetlands were open. I'm standing on the top of Whites Creek, which is covered by cement here, it's underground, but here it's now open. At this point here, the water is pumped out of the Whites Creek and is pumped up into the wetlands, and also the water does a circle and it comes back into the creek at this point, just 10 metres down. Looking north with the sediment pond, and there's a little bit of a water floor, about 1 metre, and then it flows all the way through, and you can see there's the bicycle pedestrian path going around the wetlands. So there's a good view of the whole wetlands. The wetlands now are a pleasant place for people to look at, children to learn about the native little fish and other animals. And it's now a popular place. People like walking through there. There's the pedestrian and bike path that people go through. And this is in the middle of a very densely populated suburb with only a small amount of parkland. And some people have called this an urban wild space. I like to think of it too as an urban wild space. It's not all concrete, it's not all cars, it's not all buildings, but there's a little bit. It's only small, but there's not much land in Annandale to build a large wetlands. So we do have, still here, 10 years, and we'll be celebrating, hopefully somehow, celebrating the 10th year's existence of these wetlands.